Hey everyone, I recently came across this $1 billion morning routine, which is basically Jim Kwik's morning routine, and it's supposed to set you up for success. Now, as a business student and as someone who puts an unhealthy amount of pressure onto herself in order to do something with her life, I was very intrigued. So I clicked on the video. And when I first saw the video, I was kind of intimidated, not gonna lie. I'm usually very open of trying out new stuff, especially when it comes to my morning routine or just any routines or habits in general. But there were some steps that I personally did not like, such as taking a cold shower. Like, I tried that multiple times, but it just doesn't work for me. And you know what? That is okay. That's totally fine. You can't just copy and paste a routine. I saw some of my favorite YouTubers trying out his routine, but I also want to include my twist into it. So I decided to modify this routine to make it less intimidating. So hopefully this video inspires you to start having your own routine. Whether it's a very small routine, it doesn't matter. So feel free to modify as many steps as you want. So let's get started with my version of the $1 billion routine, or as I want to call it, a $1 billion routine for beginners. So the first step is to recall your dreams, and in your dreams you're finding solutions in your subconscious mind to the things that you're focusing on during the daytime, which is why it's so important to recall your dreams. But honestly, I couldn't remember what I dreamt about. Next, you're supposed to get up and make your bed, and even if it seems small, the daily habit of doing it will teach you to stay disciplined, which is true because I struggle with that a lot. I always think that making my bed doesn't make a difference, so I tend to overlook it, but I feel like it does truly make a difference when you do it often. The next step is to drink a glass of water, and it's supposed to hydrate you because a lot of us wake up dehydrated, and I used to struggle a lot with drinking enough water as well, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better, so this is a habit that I always do as well. And I also take my ginseng supplements. They're very good for your overall health and immune system, and they're also very good for your skin. I don't take them every day, just whenever I don't forget. And then I changed my outfit into my sportswear because the next steps will be to do some exercises. And I also put in my contact lenses because I don't like wearing glasses while exercising. And in the original video, the next steps would be to first meditate and then do some breath work and then to do some intense movements for 2 minutes. But I personally like to do yoga in the morning, so I decided to replace this with breath work and intense movement because yoga essentially is breathing exercises while you move your body, so I felt like that was appropriate, at least it was for me. I first meditated for 5 minutes using this guided meditation video that I found on YouTube. I know that in the original video they say that you're supposed to meditate for 20 minutes, but to keep it simple, I just start with 5. I already feel better now. And then I did some yoga using a video, and yeah, I really like yoga. I can't stress that enough. If you're watching any of my other videos, you know that I do this every day, and it just really helps me calm my mind and just helps my body a lot. Instead of taking a cold shower, I just changed the water temperature into cold before I got off the shower, so I at least have some kind of refreshment. And the next step is to get ready, and this is where you can just continue with your regular morning routine. I also brushed my teeth, but I forgot to film that. But yeah, I just did my skincare, and I also put on makeup, and then I blow dried my hair and also styled my hair. And I like to just style myself even though I stay at home the entire time, just because I like to feel fancy, and also if I don't use up my products, like, why did I buy them in the first place? But yeah, I don't know. I just like to be fancy. Okay, you don't have to do that. The next step is to make yourself some tea, and I feel like this is supposed to be a substitute for coffee, but recently I haven't been drinking much coffee because I've been getting enough sleep, but I still made myself some chai tea because this is my favorite tea. So in the original video, the next steps would be to journal and then to make a to-do list, a to-feel list, and then a to-be list. However, I kind of already integrated the to-feel list and to-be list into my journaling because I already set my intention for the day while journaling, and I also talk about what I want to be that day or just like in general. So there's no really need for me to make a separate list for that. I wrote down what was on my mind, which is mainly my video. I've been filming this for a long time. I also wrote down my intention for today, and I want to be productive and creative today because I have to study for my HRM class, and then I also want to be creative because I want to work on this video. Yeah, I kind of wrote down that I want to be a good content creator today. So I mean, I always want to be a good content creator, but especially today. So the next step is to make a to-do list and kind of plan out your day, I guess. So I've been using Notion for that. I recently started using it and I've been loving it so much. And you're supposed to put down 3 work-related and 3 personal tasks. I usually always do that the day before, so I already had some tasks written down. I have like more than 6 tasks written down. Okay, but they're kind of like similar, so let's put them all into one. For my 3 work-related to-dos, I first have to watch my HRM lecture, and then I also have to summarize this lecture, and then I also have to shoot an intro. For my 3 personal tasks, I put down Instagram posts, and then I also want to do some Tai Chi practice because I recently started that and I really liked it, and I also want to do research about that, about the history, because I think that's very interesting. The next step is to read for 20 or 30 minutes. I'm gonna read this book now. This is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I also have my translator here to translate the important words that I don't understand. So recently I've been trying to get into stocks and investing and trading. So I heard that this book is very good, and that's what I've been reading so far. But honestly though, it's kind of hard to understand, at least for me, because I barely have any knowledge except for the knowledge that I gained in university. But nevertheless, I really enjoyed reading this book. The next step would be to make a smoothie, but I decided to replace this with just eating regular breakfast, and I'm eating banana with some yogurt and chia seeds. And by the way, look at this bottle that I got in Korea for free from V. It's so funny. Anyway, I also put in some cereals, and then I just ate that, and it's really yummy. I eat this almost every day. I try to, and yeah. The next step would be to do some brain training, but I didn't know what exactly he meant with that, so I just typed in brain training on YouTube and clicked on the first video and did the exercises there. I'm not really sure what he meant with like brain exercise. I guess that was my brain training. And then I started with my day, finally. I'm gonna start my day now and watch my HRM lecture. This was fun actually. I like this morning routine. So before I want to end this video, I just quickly want to give you guys some final thoughts and my takeaways, and also talk a little bit about this whole obsession with having a perfect morning routine. I know I said in the intro that I really am big on morning routines, and I really am, because they help me, but I also still want to talk a little bit about that. I was planning on putting this little rant into the intro, but I decided to put it at the end because of the algorithm, because a lot of people click off in the first seconds of the video and I don't want to bore them. So if you're still here, then you're one of the OGs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Okay, so did this morning routine really help me? I'm not sure, because I modified it for my needs since it is very similar to my morning routine. I feel like it helped me, but also it was kind of like too many steps at once. I would especially have to get used to the reading part, because I just don't like to read in the morning, because I usually use my brain power in the morning to study because I'm a student, which makes sense, right? So that's what I mean by modifying the routine for your needs, or just really any routine in general. And I feel like a lot of the times we watch those morning routines on YouTube and think to ourselves, oh my god, I have to do all of this, because if I'm not doing this, then I'm not gonna get successful, or I'm not gonna be this and that and whatever. You know, you can't just copy and paste someone else's routine, because you're a different person, and thinking that someone else's routine is going to make you successful, productive, or whatever is just simply false. Like, you're just simply drawing a false causality there. While it's good to build up habits, and I'm sure taking a cold shower does have some kind of health benefit to it, I personally never stick to tasks that I find hard or like difficult to do over a long period of time, because they just result in me feeling drained, which eventually ends up in me giving them up totally. This is why I rather take it slowly rather than like trying to do everything at once, because I just know that I'm not that person. Okay, let's be real. And if you're that person, that's good for you, but I feel like majority of the people watching are not, and that's why it is important to remember that it's not about the quantity of steps that you take or the level of difficulty. It's about you showing up daily and practicing the discipline to stay consistent. And what I always like to say is that small steps compound over time, and it's true. Like, you can start small by making your bed. That was actually very hard for me because I never do my bed because I feel like it's useless. But if I do this over and over again, I will probably see a difference. I don't know. So don't pressure yourself too much into something that you know you're gonna find difficult or that you know is gonna drain you. Okay, obviously you have to put some kind of pressure onto yourself because otherwise you wouldn't do anything at all, but you know what I mean, right? Okay, right. Take it easy. Eventually, if you believe in yourself and if you stay disciplined and consistent, then you will build up your routine or habit or whatever you want to build up. And I think already finishing up your routine each and every day is a success by itself. Just try it out for yourself. With that being said, thank you so much for watching up until this point. I appreciate that a lot, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! See you soon!